If you want to grind money faster, escape the police easier, and rank up quicker, then make sure to watch this video, because today I will be revealing the 10 hidden ERLC tricks that pros abuse and you don't already do that. But first, let's take my car, because yes, we're gonna use this. So in case you are a beginner in this game and this isn't really the first one, then make sure you don't spend all your money on the craziest car right at the beginning. Now this may be the first tip. This one doesn't really count because this isn't one that pros abuse. I mean, now you should be warmed up, because we're gonna start off with the first one, which is stop joining public servers to grind. I see so many people raging when they get arrested while grinding, but the thing is, you shouldn't grind in the servers with a lot of people. I will show you what you should do instead. First of all, leave the game, and then we're gonna go to the home of Roblox, and then of course you need to search for ERLC. Then scroll down until you see servers, click on the button, and then you're gonna search for the numbers of players, and you're gonna click on, instead of descending, ascending. Then you can see this right here. Exactly see what you want to see, 3 players out of the 40, and that's what we want, the least amount of people. And then you can finally start grinding without worrying about the police catching you. Now if you still need a video on how to grind money very quick and fast, then click this button right here. Now while we're standing here, let's go ahead and move to the Liberty Cafe, because there is something that we can definitely use for robbing, or maybe even as a police. And then what you're going to do once you're in here, you're gonna go to start job, and then you can get something right here. Now for example, let me get the donut, and then I need to go ahead and click on this button right here on the top right, then click on quit job, and then now I have the donut. And now I'm gonna show you guys that once I get some damage, I can just fully refill myself with a croissant or a donut. So make sure you take both of these while you're there, and don't just take only the donut, because that will be kind of a waste. There we go. Damage. Now I'm gonna eat the croissant, and as you guys can see, I'm nearly filled up again. So this is definitely a lifesaver in both gunfights and also police chases. The next up, use mountains to escape on foot. So let's say your car, oh my god, it got on fire. No, what do I need to do? I'm gonna walk, and you see the police coming right there. I'm just gonna walk to the gas station. That's not a good idea. You're gonna get caught because, well, the police has a car and you don't. Now what you do need to do is climb up the mountains, and then if a cop is chasing you and you get tasered, for example, then you will, as you can see, I will fall down, and now the police is, oh, he's up there, no, oh, and now I have a lot more time to just escape. Now this doesn't mean that you will escape ultimately, but if you have a gun, and it's pretty logic that you're gonna buy a gun, then you have a lot more time to shoot the police and maybe kill them. Of course, this is not always possible, but if you can, this is a pretty good idea. The next up, you should organize your inventory. I know I only have 2 things, but let's for example say I will become a police. As you guys can see, oh my god, this is not organized. And I hope you guys don't work with clicking on this and then clicking on that. I hope you guys work with the numbers on your keyboard, and in case you do, then make sure the number 1, 2, and 3 have something filled up that is important. Now the order I have for this is I have my normal gun, or like the gun I use the most, because not a beanbag shotgun, just a little gun, and it doesn't really care which one. Just take this one as the first. Then second, I'm gonna use the taser, even though the taser is kind of like, it's not that good at this point, but nevertheless, it's always handy. And then after that, you're gonna have handcuffs. And then you can choose whatever you like the most. Is it the MDT? Is it the stop stick? Is it maybe the ballistic shield when you're getting into a fight, which is also pretty handy? And just make sure you have the most important stuff right here. And especially the first 3 should be the most important. And this one sounds very simple, but trust me, it's something that everyone does. At least the pros. The next up, or the 5th one, is escaping police by driving to the Springfield mod shop. So I'm gonna do this right now, and you guys are gonna see that if I'm right now, there's no like criminal in front of me, but if I would be chasing the criminal and I'm the police, the criminal will be taking me to Springfield, and I will be thinking like, okay, what the hell is going on? And then he's gonna drive to this, and then my car is gone, and his isn't, because he is wanted, which also means that he cannot get into the repair shop, but I can, so I'm gone. So if you're a criminal, then make sure, and you're wanted of course, because otherwise you will also get stuck, then just drive to there, because the police will get stuck and you don't. Now maybe sometimes it will get glitched and then you're unlucky, but like look at this, I was driving just straight to it with a pretty high amount of speed, and I still just got into the repair shop. And I know, as a criminal you would have already escaped, and then you can use this time to finally escape the police. Next up, police bros always use this. Only patrolling in the city. Why? Well, because almost every criminal is in the city. There's no way that a criminal is only grinding outside of the city. He will always need to come for the jewelry store, maybe a car, or whatever there is, but it's nearly always inside of the city. So make sure you stay there and don't go ahead and camp at the barns, because nope, that will not work. Also, another tip is I will try and catch a criminal, because yes, there are the criminals. They think, oh, no police will come for me. Well, there's not a lot of criminals and it's pretty hard to find them. So I didn't really count this as a pro tip. But if you have like a lot of spare time and you want to maybe just be annoying for them, then go ahead and do that. The next up, we have avoiding gunfights when grinding money. So if you're farming the cash, do not go ahead and go into random fights. Now normally this won't happen because, well, you're in a small server, but in case you aren't and you're just grinding in a public server, then this may not be the best idea. Well, why? Because dying costs you money, and if you're wanted, then all your money will go away. And also only shoot if you really have to. For example, the police do that, but if you can run instead, then yeah, just do that. Now back to the criminals. Listen, the pros, they don't rob just randomly. They have a strategy, and if you just rob whatever is the closest, then you're doing it wrong. And I have an exact route on how you can rob every single thing, and just once again go ahead and click on the video in the top right corner. So you need to have a robbery cycle that lets you hit multiple spots in a row without getting caught. Also, another thing is, yes, you need to know what equipment to bring, so also I will be explaining that in that video. Now at number 9, I have that you need to stop wasting money on useless game passes. Because yeah, I see this so many times, people just buying random game passes. For example, the SWAT game pass. You actually can't use most of the stuff with that pass unless you're a high enough rank. You can't use the SWAT Bearcat if you're still a beginner in police. You gotta be at least sergeant for that. Oh, there he is. Hello. You need to escape, I don't. What do you mean? What do you mean? No, what? So as you guys can see, do not get into gunfights because you will most likely lose. I'm not saying you guys suck, but I'm just trying to say, like, what the hell is this? You guys just saw it. I couldn't use my taser and the taser was absolutely bugged. But nevertheless, let's talk about the SWAT Game Pass as an example. So make sure you do not do that. Or maybe you're gonna give all your Robux on a Game Pass that's absolutely not worth it. For example, the Premium Housing Game Pass, and it may look nice, it's cool to flex, but nobody goes into the housing suburbs and sees your house and thinks, oh my god. And by the way, you will most likely stop using it after 3 times. So think very well before you're spending your Robux on some random Game Pass. But in case you do want to spend it on something, well then, I have this video for you once again in the top right corner. I'll give it for you already, because the instant refuel Game Pass is definitely the best one. This will save you a lot of time, not only as a criminal, but also as a police or any other job. Because we all have that moment when we're escaping the police and see there's no gas and then we're just flipping out. Because yeah, you need to wait 1 trillion days just to get this tank refilled. And then if there's a police chasing you, well then it's game over. Now one more last tip, and I know I'm talking a lot about police these days and criminals, but if you're a cop, here are 2 quick XP tricks. First of all, write citations. Just write some tickets for those who are just driving to the red light, for example. And then you will of course get some XP for it. And just make sure you just roleplay a little bit, okay? And also the ALPR, which is the automatic license plate recognition, to quickly find some wanted players. Now you can also avoid this by going on an ATV, for example, because then the police will not recognize you with a license plate. So that's it for today. What trick surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and in case this video helped you, then drop that like and also subscribe with post notifications so you don't miss any other video. Yeah. And also maybe some new updates, because I will be the first one to make a video about it. Alright, so that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.